Well, hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to you as well. I have two easy Dollar Tree calendar page DIY, so let's get into our first one. I got these wood rounds from Amazon, and there I show you this one had some imperfection, but you can skip that. If you want your project to be thicker, you can glue two together, but we're going to use one. Now I'm going to paint this with one coat of Waverly in Celery. Now we're going to use this sheet that says Count Your Blessings. So I'm just removing that from the pack and I'm placing that over the board. Now it did not cover the board entirely, so sections of it on the four sides, top, bottom, and the two sides were exposed, but we're going to work with it. So now I took a paintbrush and I'm using some Mod Podge and I'm applying the Mod Podge to the board until it becomes very tacky. You want to have that, you don't want to have your Mod Podge too soggy, because then it's going to start seeping through the paper and that's going to be messy. And we're working in stages, so once I put that down, I just use my hand to smooth it out, and then I'm going to go all the way down until I get to the very end. Next, to seal our project, I use a piece of parchment paper and my little mini heat press to reactivate the Mod Podge. And to remove the excess, I use the emery board and file that down in a downward motion. And now to embellish, I took this piece of ribbon, I believe this came from the Dollar Tree, and I folded it in the awareness fold, and I'm going to use a piece of this two-tone jute cord. This is also from the Dollar Tree, and all I did was just wrap that around a few times, cut off, and then tie, and you have a bow. Now there are many ways to make your bows. Some you might find easier, some is a little bit more challenging. You go with the one that suits you best and give you less headache. Simple. Now to further embellish that section, those sections where you can still see the green, I just use a piece of the same jute cord and just glue down that on top of it. Next, I'm just taking a few leaves from this garland of eucalyptus that I got from Walmart, and I had a little piece of flower stem, and luckily for me the stem fits right into that slot on the eucalyptus that I just pulled off from the bunch, and I just glued those together. Then glued on the swag. You want to make sure that you add sufficient hot glue because you don't want this falling off. It was looking a little too sparse, so I picked off two other leaves and added those, then glued on the bow. As if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy you decided to click on that thumbnail and join me here for these two beautiful wood round DIYs. I hope you enjoy this one. Stay tuned for the next one because that one is even prettier. And if you love budget-friendly crafts like these, I hope you consider subscribing. It is free $99, and I would appreciate having you join my YouTube family. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that notification bell as well, so you'll be notified every time that I upload a new video. And then to further contrast the peduncle on the pumpkins, this ribbon is also from the Dollar Tree. It has some little acorns on it, and I thought that this was suitable for the depth. So I just made a little shoelace bow and glued that on top of our larger bow. And to keep the ends in place, I just glued down the tails just a tad bit. Leaves were looking a little too flat. I still had some of the green paint left, so I just took the small brush and added some veins to the leaves. I wish I had more footage. I thought I was recording. And then to give it even more depth, I took some antique wax, shaded in the peduncles on the pumpkins, and also went around the edge to give them a little bit more pizzazz and to let them pop a little bit. And I thought this was a brilliant idea to do that. Now you can also go even further. You can paint your pumpkins. Not too much liquid though, because remember this is paper and you don't want to have your work looking all soggy. But just a little bit, just to let them pop and give them depth. That's good. You can also do the same for the leaves. Add a little darker green to that to just bring them, lift them off the paper. And you will see more of that one in the final reveal. Now let's move on to our second DIY. For this one, I painted it with one coat of multi-surface in parchment, but it didn't really change the color. I'm not sure why I used that color, because you could still see it did not blend in well. So I took some white paint and I'm just going around those little exposed areas to blend it in with the color of the paper. Now that is all dry, and now that looks so much better. I did the same thing. I didn't want to bore you with the same steps that I did for the first one. These are some burlap maple leaves. I had these in my stash. These came from Dollar Tree. And to cut these down a little bit, I'm just eyeballing and cutting off about a quarter of an inch from the maple leaf, just to make them a little bit smaller. This one I started cutting by cutting the edge or one end. Well, for the next one, I started from the inside, because you want to make sure that you're in the same measurement. But of course, I'm not going to throw that away. It will come in very handy sometime in the future. I took these ribbons, gingham ribbon, and some of the other fall ribbon, and I'm making a messy bow. And the messy bow is going to be about 3.5 inches in length. So I'm just cutting down what I need. After I have all of the pieces cut down, I place them on top of the same two-tone jute cord. Or was this another jute cord? I'm not sure. But anyway, I place them on top of the cord and I'm just staggering, crisscrossing them how I want them to lay out. And here you can do a regular bow, you can do a messy bow, you can do a pre-made bow. The Dollar Tree sells those as well. But once you have all your pieces together, I just tie them very tightly. And here I have my messy bow. So here I'm just fluffing it a little bit, and then to cover up that jute, I just pulled out a piece of the gingham ribbon and glued that right around the center. And this is how I'm going to be gluing them. I found 2 colored maple leaf scatters. I'm going to glue that on top of the other maple leaf that's there. To join the maple leaves together, I just took off a piece of the wire that was behind one of them and just glue that down to hold them in place. And then I glue that on top of the board. Add the 2 maple leaf scatters and then glue on our little messy bow. And I had some acorn in a pack, and these are fillers. To have them lay flat on the board, I'm just going to cut off a little piece and then glue those down right at the bottom. I was thinking of adding some greenery with the acorn, but I changed my mind, and then just snip off a little piece and add it right in the center underneath the messy bow. I also added a string at the back for hanging. I didn't show that part, but this is done, my friends. Let me know which one of these was your favorite. So here we are for our final reveal. Here is our Hello October sign, which is the one I just did. And I'm just showing you all that I used, some Mod Podge and a little white paint. And up next is our Count Your Blessings sign. And I zoomed in so you could see the leaves, how I did the leaves there. I love it. To follow me on social media, you can scan that QR code and that will provide you with my Linktree address, where you will find all the links to reach me at. Guys, let me know which of these 2 was your favorite and whether or not you would recreate these. And if you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe before you leave today. On this channel, I do lots of budget-friendly DIYs, so if you found value in this video today, I suggest this video right here, and to binge even more, I recommend this playlist. And stay safe, my friends. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Bye.